doing? My name is Davis. I'm from the accounting department, and I want to file a complaint for sexual harassment and wrongful termination against my supervisor, Sherlock.
Davis, that's a very serious accusation. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Yes, I understand. I did not want to take any part of sexual harassment with her sexual advances, so that's why I definitely want to file a complaint against her.
All right. Well, before we begin an investigation, we have to file a formal complaint. So I'll get right to that, and we'll get this sorted out.
Certainly. Thank you very much,
Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
Thank you, Mr. Holmes.
We'll investigate this thoroughly and fairly, Davis. This sounds like a case for Sherlock Holmes.
When interviewing the complainant, determine who, what, where, when, and how. Who is the complaint about? Who is in the area? Who did the complainant tell? Gather all the information you can about the who's.
All right, so can you describe what happened in the events leading up to your sexual harassment accusation? Was there anything she said or did that you found inappropriate?
What did the person say or do? Get their exact words. Find out if there are any written or recorded notes, such as telephone messages or emails, relevant to the investigation.
Well, it started when... Yo, man, what's up?
What's up? How are you?
Doing good. Did you watch the game last night?
Yeah, Colby.
Yeah, man, Lakers just going for the run, I think. Yeah.
Hey guys, what are you talking about?
Oh, hey, just basketball, Lakers.
Oh, Lakers game last night?
Yeah.
That was a good game. Lakers are always on their game, even when Kobe's not there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know you were a basketball, fan at all.
Yeah, I am.
That's good. Oh, wow, let me get that for you real quick. Oh.
Oh, do you work out?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you can one day work me out.
Okay, let me go back to work.
So you're saying that your boss, Ms. Jeffcoat, made an inappropriate remark about your buttocks and then asked you to work her out?
Yes, Ms. Jeffco, she was real creepy and was really uncomfortable, and she was like, let me work you out. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. Can you please explain to me how Ms. Jeffco looked at you?
How did the person say or do it? Ask about gestures, voice inflections, physical contact, so on. Ask the interviewee to demonstrate the exact things that happened so you can get a better picture of how these communications came across to the person and how exactly that they happened.
Yeah, certainly. So, I was sitting down and she was standing and she dropped her folders. So I went and proceeded to go pick up her folders. As I bent over, she basically said, "Wow, look at that ass." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And in my head, and basically, I was just disturbed and I was really uncomfortable. And then she was like, "Do you work out?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then she was like, "Can you work me out?" And I was just like, "Okay, let me get back to work."
Right, okay.
I didn't do it. I totally messed it up. So yeah.
So I see. When did this take place?
When was something said or done? Get dates of the week, time of day. Create a timeline of what people have said or done that relates to the incident or situation. Ask if there is a way that these times or dates can be verified.
This occurred on March 26th. I think it was a Tuesday.
Okay. So back to the subject. Can you tell me where this took place?
Where was the exact physical location? You want to figure out where and how the person was standing when the incident occurred. What was the location, the room, hallway, elevator, etc.
So basically, it took place in a break room near, I was with one of my coworkers, discussing a Lakers game, and she came in and basically, started a conversation with us.
And then she dropped the folder, right?
And yeah, then she dropped the folder. I was being kind by picking up her folders, and I just was really uncomfortable about her language.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm totally fine. It's just I don't think I could have this type of work environment around me.
I understand. So who else was there anyone else around when this happened?
Yeah, like I said, it was like one of my coworkers were there. We were discussing, just a regular basketball game, and
could you tell me his name?
His name is Dylan.
Dylan, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Dylan Comack.
Okay, gotcha. Who is he to you?
What do you mean?
Is he a friend? He works with
like
you?
I said, he's a coworker of mine. We really talk a lot during, when we're at work. We discuss things like, basketball games and, what we do during the weekends or something like that.
Right. And he saw everything that took place?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to have to talk to him to further this investigation, but as for me and you, I think we're done. I'll try and handle it the best way I could, and I'll keep you updated.
Thank you. I really
No
appreciate
problem.
it.
Who was there during the incident and identify any potential witnesses. Ask for names, descriptions, and positions. Ask if the complainant told anybody else about the incident and why, or why they didn't tell anyone.
Hi, is this Dylan Comack? Yes, this is Sherlock Holmes from the HR department. We're currently investigating a sexual harassment and wrongful termination incident, and we'd like to call you in for questioning about the incident. Okay, thank you. See you soon.
Interviewing a witness. Witnesses who have direct knowledge of the incident can provide additional information that the complainant may have no knowledge of or has forgotten. This interview should begin with reasoning behind the interview and the type of information that has already been gathered. The investigator should encourage the witness to be truthful and cooperative and to avoid the use of terms such as victim or harasser that could implicit guilt or innocence of the complainant and the accuser.
As you may know, your name was provided by a coworker of yours, Davis, as a witness to the investigation I'm conducting. Is this correct?
Yes, it is.
All right, well, let me start off by asking if there are any problems involving your supervisor, Ms. Jeffcoat, and any of your coworkers.
Yes, it was between Shirley and Davis. She said she arrested him, and honestly, it doesn't make me feel comfortable.
Dylan, I'm going to need you to calm down. I'm also going to have to ask you to refrain from using terms harass or victim. We want to keep an open mind here.
Yes, I understand. I'm sorry.
Okay, now tell me about the incident. What happened from your perspective?
Well, Davis came in. We were talking about the game. And then Shirley, our boss, came in. She dropped her folders. Davis, being the nice kid, offered to pick him up. When he picked him up, she remarked at his ass, said, "Damn, nice ass."
Can you identify another incident that occurred involving Shirley and Davis?
Yes. Well, a few weeks after that.
Action.
Hey, Davis, so did Shirley work you out last night?
Man, it's not funny, man.
Alright, you're right. I'm sorry. But what are you doing tonight?
I don't know. I don't even want to go out.
Really? I was gonna say let's go to the bars, get some beers.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
Alright, nice.
Alright, yeah, so where do you want to go?
Well, Queens, I guess.
Alright.
Hey, Davis. Dylan.
What's up, boss?
I need you to do this. I need it by the morning.
But I have plans.
Sounds like a problem. Sounds like a personal problem. Do you value your
Yeah.
job?
Yes, but
I need it by the morning.
this is ridiculous. What should I do?
You could either tell Shirley makes you uncomfortable, and if it continues, go to HR and see what happens.
You think so? Alright, yeah. Sounds like it's gonna be a long night.
Hey, Davis, what you up to?
Nothing, just doing all the work that you told me to do.
Sounds nice. But I would like to see you in the office.
Alright, this really needs to stop. I'm not comfortable with this at all.
What do you mean?
This, touching and, coming into my workplace and basically making me feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry, this needs to stop.
What?
Please.
How dare you put your hands on me? You're fired!
Why?
Leave.
When interviewing the accused, it is best to interview them last. This way, the investigator has all the information from others and will be able to better determine which questions they should ask. A few things need to be considered before interviewing the accused. 1. There should be no presumption of guilt or innocence before the interview is conducted. 2. The individual should be given a summary of the allegations made against him or her. 3. He or she should be told that his or her full cooperation is necessary during the interview. Baseline questions should be asked to establish the relationship with the accused and the complainant. The investigator should be careful not to influence the accused's answers, but let them explain in their own words. The investigator should be looking for a motive of why the accused did the actions that he or she did. The investigator should also be comparing what the accused said to what everybody else has said.
Hello, Ms. Jeffcoat. Nice to meet you.
Hello, Mr. Holmes. Nice to meet you.
So, how are you today?
I'm pretty good. Doing well.
Good, good. So, let's just get right into it. You know that you're here because one of your employees, Mr. Davis Briones, filed a sexual harassment and a wrongful termination complaint against you.
Yes.
All right. So, before we begin, I would just like to tell you that your full cooperation is necessary for this investigation, and we can get this done as quickly and efficiently as possible.
I understand.
All right. So, let's just get started. What is your relationship with Mr. Briones?
Well, I'm his supervisor.
Okay. Do you see him every day?
Yes, when he comes to work.
Okay. So, would you say that so far this is like a positive relationship between you and Mr. Briones?
Very positive. If I ever need work done, he gets it done on time. I never really have any problems with him, so it's been pretty positive.
So up until this point, it's been positive.
Yes.
All right. So, what were your intentions when you fired Mr. Briones?
Well, Mr. Briones touched me in a way that I thought was inappropriate, and so that's why I fired him.
Right. Okay. I understand. So, can you tell me exactly what happened, and please include things like your location and what physical actions he took that caused you to fire him?
Okay. Well, there was a lot of work I needed him to do, and I needed it by the morning. That was the deadline, and so he had to stay till late at night. And he was doing the work, and I asked him to come into my office and to let me know what he was doing and how like the work was going. And he came into my office, and I just wanted to talk to him about the work to make sure that everything was in line.
Okay.
And he grabbed me,
Where did he grab you?
my arm, and I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
And I had to fire him.
Okay, I understand what you're telling me. So, can you give me a more detailed story? Because Mr. Briones told me that you commented on his gluteus maximus. Can you tell me what happened there?
Well, that day they were talking about the game, and I accidentally dropped my folders, and he went to go pick it up. And I'm a female, so and I looked, and I said that ass, cause he does have a nice gluteus maximus, if I do say so myself.
So you did say to him, and this is your own words, dad ass.
Yes.
Well, Ms. Jeffco, you understand that is sexual harassment, right?
I understand, and this company does not condone this type of behavior, and that was very inappropriate of me.
All right. I'm going to need to look over everything, and then I'll get back to you on what the conclusion of this case is.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Thank you.
In order to come up with a valid conclusion, the investigator should be looking for inconsistencies between everybody's stories. After a conclusion has been drawn, the complainant should be the first to know about the outcome. After that, the accused should be made aware of their decision and possible consequences he or she may have to face.
After examining the evidence of the investigation, it has been determined that Mrs. Shirley Jeffcoat has in fact participated in sexual harassment and wrongful termination. I found this out by looking for inconsistencies in her story as compared to the witnesses and Mr. Davis Briones' story. Mr. Briones was the first to be informed of my decision, as the complainant should be the first to be informed. Mr. Briones was hired back and Shirley issued a formal apology. Another case solved by Sherlock Holmes.